l-am invitat astăzi alături de noi pe unul dintre oamenii care au susținut Taste of Romania prin Supernet, pe care îl vedeți, pe Andrea Rossini, care este Consumer Business Unit Director la Vodafone România. Andrea, please join us on the stage.
Thank you. Bună dimineața! Bună dimineața tuturor. So I apologize because my Romanian is not as good as Steve's. I live in Romania just since 1.5 years, so I ask you the courtesy to speak in English. It's a great honor to be here with you today, and we are here to sustain the initiative like, of course, Taste of Romania. I actually thank Razvan and Adrian for the great job and for teaching us how to steer the food and to pour the vinegar in the right way. And I'm very proud actually to sustain initiative like this and to bring the tradition together with the technology and to allow the technology to change our life in a good way. So today I'm here to explain a little bit what is the Vodafone vision on internet and to tell you what we see. So which are the trends that we see in the world? Which are the things that we see happening out there? I mean, I suppose this is about sharing experiences that many of you probably know better than me. So I would also be curious to have your questions on this subject. But let me tell you what we see and what is the vision of Vodafone on internet and on the world. So Vodafone mission has been from the very beginning to enable people to use technology in a simple way and to make progress in their life or to make progress in their business for our enterprise services. And what we believe in is that technology can help the world, can change the world. And we believe that the world is actually changing. I think the people in this room are actually testifying that every day. And we say that the world is changing because actually the people are changing. So the people and the people behavior are changing. Many things change really fast. So what we see is that, I mean, there is a say in the mobile industry is that the mobile, until a few years ago, was used like that. So people were using the mobile like this. And more recently, people are using the mobile like that. Actually, many of you are using the mobile like that in this very moment. Because actually this interface has changed our life. There is another say these days. There is a very, I don't know how was it done, this market research, but I read it online recently, that the second most done gesture by a human being now, after touching the hair, is touching the mobile. And for Silvio, that she is low on hair, I would say, is probably the first gesture. But forgive me, Silvio, but or for many people, it's probably the first. Now, this is meaning that the technology, the mobile technology, or the personal communication technology is changing people's behavior. Now, how do we see that evolving? We see 5 key market trends that are impacting our future. And when I say our future, it doesn't mean just Vodafone future. It means basically the world and the society future. There is what we call the digital lifestyle accelerating. I guess the people in this room are contributing to that a lot. There is content commerce that is accelerating. And again, I think the industry that we are representing here is building this. There is also some customer concern on privacy, on security. So as much as our life is more and more online, there is also the concern that this is actually touching our privacy. This is happening in enterprise as well, meaning that the enterprise business is becoming more and more online. And there is another thing that is very simple. I mean, still people value the basics. So if you go in a place and you don't have coverage, you start to be nervous probably about what is your connectivity service. Now let me touch what are the main trends that we see happening and what is the vision of Vodafone on that. One thing is really simple. The first indicator of communication is actually, and sorry for the child, but the word that is missing there is mobile. People spend more and more time on their mobile. So between 2011 and 2013, it has been measured that people spend basically twice as much the time on the mobile. A smartphone user was spending 1.5 hours per day on the mobile, and now this time has doubled to 3 hours. And if you notice, I mean, probably you cannot read everything in the room, but the red part is what we call communication. So it's voice, messaging, all this stuff. And that part is relatively stable, meaning that people do not actually talk more. But all the rest has more than doubled. So browsing, social networking, content usage, gaming, has more than doubled. So this is the main thing. And as we say, where are the eyes actually is where people really are, because people spend more and more time attached to the mobile. And what is happening is that, this is just an example, video is going mobile. So the smartphone is becoming a personal entertainment center. I guess many of you in front of TV are actually sitting with a smartphone or maybe a tablet on your lap, and very often your attention is going to the smartphone more than to the TV, because actually that is more personal, it's interactive. So this is driving video to go more and more on mobile, and we already see that since 2012 to 2014, the traffic mobile in the world has more than doubled. And this is going to change in the future to increase. What we see is that the video in HD on a mobile is requiring about 1.2 gigabytes per 1 hour usage. So the data usage online on mobile is accelerating thanks to video, and this is happening more and more also on the large screen. So the consumption is of course linked to the dimension of the screen, and the data usage is increasing, is basically skyrocketing. Another way to look at it is that the speed of the systems is constantly accelerating. This is a chart that is saying how the mobile technology is accelerating speed. And the scale is not a linear one, but is an exponential one. So we, only a few years ago, I mean, this seems now very remote, but we had speed that were in the kilobits per second. And now it's normal to have speeds that are over 5, 10, or even 20 megabits per second. And the technology that we're bringing to the market, the so-called 4G technology, can go up to the gigabit connection. So personal connectivity is becoming actually faster. This is the future that we have very near than what we have on Wi-Fi that we have at home. And this is affecting the customer behavior, the customer preference. So what we see happening is that when a customer uses a 2G phone, how many, I mean, generally I have a question when I am in an event with people like this, how many people in this room have a smartphone? But I guess in this room, I have to do the opposite question. So how many have do not have a smartphone? Not many. So the next question is, how many of you would give up their smartphone and go back to a feature phone? Okay, how much do you want for that? Yeah? $1 million is quite a good price. One RON, I can probably pay a bet, and let's see how long do you take to go back. But if you have a smartphone and you don't have internet connectivity, so because you have a PC and you use that for internet probably. The question is, what happens when a customer switches from a normal phone to a smartphone? Well, what we see is that the data usage increases 10 times in the first month. And then the customer, typically in the first 6 months, discover other things. Discover YouTube or maybe other forms of video online. And the usage goes up 40 times. And then if the customer adopts the faster technology, so 4G, the usage goes up 100 times. And this is happening as we speak every day. So the adoption of the mobile technology is actually increasing day after day. Not just in the world. I mean, not just in... Modifying the presentation? Okay. Not just in the world. Yeah, okay, fine, thank you. Okay, not just in the world, but also in Romania. And this is bringing new customer behavior. So, for instance, what we call m-commerce is becoming more and more a reality. I don't know how many of you have followed the IPO of Alibaba. You know about it, right? So, Alibaba, which is an m-commerce from China, has become very rapidly the biggest IPO in the history, very, very recently. And a single company that is dealing with m-commerce, you can see that that is the leader of Asia Pacific, has become the biggest IPO in the history. And this company is now worth more than the sum of Amazon and eBay together. So what is happening there is that in the new markets, or the so-called emerging markets, the mobile internet platform is becoming the internet platform for customers, because in many places, in houses where there is no PC, the first internet connected device is becoming the mobile. Now this is happening also in Romania. Let me go here first. So you see that the smartphone already in 2014, so the sum of smartphones in the world is more than twice as much the laptop PCs. So this is bringing the technology to become the internet platform of the world. Of course, this is also coming with security concern. So in the Romanian market, what we see is that 1 out of 4 of the Romanian citizen, of the Romanian internet user, has been affected by cyber attacks. Very often, not knowing it. Very often, people do not even realize. And Romania has been, very recently, I think our friends in Bitdefender know it, the 10th place in the world for mobile devices that have been infected somehow by viruses. So this is becoming, in terms of personal usage, more and more relevant, and it is also generating new needs. So I will tell you what are we going to do about this. What is happening in the Romanian market in particular is that in the last 2 years, I've been here for 1.5 years, and I've actually testified, I've seen the trend in the mobile market completely changing. In the last 2 years, the market has multiplied 4 times the number of mobile devices that are selling out. And this is bringing a new generation of internet users in houses, in families, where there was no internet connection. So this is the power of the technology, of the wireless technology, and it's opening up a new form of communication that we can always all use. And this is the reason why now we are sponsoring things like Taste of Romania and many other things like Zonga that will probably be on the stage later, to sustain the access to content, to sustain the sharing of experiences, and to actually improve the people's life. Now, that is the vision we have on the world. We actually have a vision of mobile technology, of wireless internet that can really represent the most accessible, the most affordable, and let me say also the most democratic form of access to internet, to have access to information, to have access to free content, to have access to richer experiences, and that's how we see we can make a contribution. Now we know that Vodafone can only do so much for that. We can sponsor some projects, but the beauty of this industry is that some years ago, I used to say, we tried to explain to people that mobile technology could give access to internet. For many, many years, Vodafone tried to say, you know, there is data on mobile. Actually, I don't know how many of you know, but Vodafone, and we are a company that is 20 years old, means voice and data phone. So that was the vision back many years ago when the company was founded. Now, the data connection in that time, we might find ridiculous. I don't know how many tried to connect with a mobile in '94 and download email or maybe shop online. It was quite a nightmare. But still, that was the long-term vision. And we actually tried many times to say, you know, there is data on mobile, there is internet on mobile. You remember WAP? Yeah? How funny was that? Yeah? You remember there was no browser. I remember having a meeting with the Nokia people and say, well, I think we have to find a smarter way to go from link to link, because this thing of clicking, clicking, clicking is actually quite clumsy. And they said, no, I mean, no way. I mean, to have a browser with a more sophisticated thing is too complicated, okay? So we tried for years to say, you know what, there is internet on mobile, there is internet on mobile, and people really didn't see it. And then, you know, this guy, Steve Jobs, came and did iPhone, and the world, the people say, wow, this is internet on mobile. Yeah? And that is what happens. So when people see this, that is what is changing. Now, we give it for granted, but this is very few years ago. And today, most of the traffic that is on internet is shifting on mobile. You know how many videos are shared every day on WhatsApp? Tell me your guess. How many? 5 millions? 2 millions? 3 millions? How much? 100 millions? Who says more? Well, 700 millions videos are actually shared. Actually, videos are 100 million, pictures are 700 millions, 700 million pictures. So WhatsApp, and 10 billion, I think, is the number I remember, messages. 10 billions every day. Now, that's a new form of communication that is happening. So what can we do about it? What is the beauty of this is that we are not developing this alone. This has become an ecosystem. And what is our contribution? So what can we do as Vodafone? Well, what we believe is that we have to develop our technology and our contribution to make this world, this ecosystem, work better. So we introduce what we call SuperNet. So what is SuperNet? SuperNet is a new mobile internet experience that is based on a development on our technology. So it's an innovation in how people can use mobile internet. And let me just explain you, because this is not about promoting the, I mean, we did already this. I mean, it's not something that is coming. We launched it actually in September, in this month, in Romania. And Romania is actually the second country in the world that is launching SuperNet. The first was New Zealand. And it's a combination of technical developments that we've put in place. And I have to say, even I'm not Romanian, I'm very proud and happy that this is done in Romania, because Romania, Vodafone Romania is actually a leading country in terms of technological development. I don't know how many of you know that from Romania, we basically manage the network of half of Europe. We manage the network of Germany, the network of Italy, of the Netherlands, of Greece, of many other countries from the technical center that is here in Bucharest. So we innovated our network to bring a new experience. So let me quickly go through this. What we introduce 4, and these are the first 4 new technologies in our network that are delivering better speed, better video experience, protection to individual customers, and protection to enterprise customers. And this is what we call the ultra speed technology, the extreme technology, the Max Protect, and the Security Pro 2.0. So why do we do that? Because we believe that the needs of customers are changing, and we have to change our services to help the customer better. Ultra speed is actually what we did, is a new technology that enhances the speed experience of customers. What does it mean? I mean, many people ask me, so what is different between ultra speed and 4G? You all know what is 4G, I guess, right? So 4G is a radio technology that makes the connection between your mobile and an antenna faster. I wouldn't be able, even I'm an engineer, to tell you exactly what it is, but it's a different radio algorithm that is making the speed experience better. But what we say is, first of all, if you improve just the radio part and you don't improve what is behind the cell and the network, it doesn't work actually as well. So ultra speed is a complementary technology that improves the speed experience, making all the interworking between the fiber optic, between the core network, better. And it's a proprietary technology that Vodafone brings to market. And there is another reason why we do that. Because we believe technology should be a benefit for everybody. And still in Romania, more than 90% of the smartphone users are not having a 4G device. So we wanted to do something to improve the experience of all our customers and all the users of internet. So with ultra speed, we made a significant step in the customer experience of all our customers to improve their internet experience. The second thing is that given that people use video more and more, the video that we have on Taste of Romania, the video that they find on YouTube, the video that they share on WhatsApp, streaming and downloading video is becoming more and more important. And the typical experience is that if you want entertainment, you don't want to have a fragmented experience. So what we introduced with Extreme is a better video experience. So we improved the technology that we have in our network, optimizing the video experience and sending to each device the best possible signal, meaning that all the devices, for instance, have a different screen definition, and we optimize the video that we send, the video, for every device definition. The next one is what we call Max Protect. What does it mean? We said that people are having security concern. Some of them very consciously, some of them unconsciously. How many of you in this room have kids? Young bunch of people, huh? Okay, I have kids, and those of you who have kids, I guess, you have pictures of your kids on your phone. You have probably videos of your kids on your phone. And many of you have other things that are very personal. What I used to say is that there is almost our entire life today in this. There are personal data. There are very often passwords. Sometimes hidden in like our phone book, there is the PIN of your ATM card. There is the password of your Facebook account. There are things like this. And there is access to your life. So there is the entire life is represented in this thing. This is the most personal thing that probably you own. It's a trace of where you've gone. It's a trace of who you know, who you are connected to, etc. Now, actually, we believe people have to be helped to be protected. Some people are conscious about it and do it themselves with application. But with Max Protect, we introduce a technology that is protecting customer at network level. So whoever is connected to our network will be protected from phishing attacks, malware attack, and this is protecting customer through the technology of the network. So we keep attack to people away at personal level and at business level. So with Security Pro 2.0, we address also the enterprise customers, and we give them an even higher level of protection to ensure the security on their business. So many people in this room have a business, and I guess you don't want your data to be touched. So with Security Pro 2.0, you can give a suite of services that are protecting your business and protecting the connectivity. And you can customize the access of people that are working with you to internet and protect that in a specific way. So this is SuperNet. This is what we do, and this is the vision that we have going forward. And we provided this to our customers in September for free, meaning that we upgraded this, we introduced all of this technology, and we don't believe that this is a product or a plan. So this is not what we sell to customer. This is what we provided to all the customer base of Vodafone, because we believe that technology should make our customer life better, should make their internet experience better. And this is the innovation that we brought in our network, because our vision is that people should have the best possible access to internet and should be free to use confidently and freely internet in a good way. SuperNet is for us just the beginning, meaning that we see a world in which the wireless technology, the mobile technology is following us every day, is enabling us to do better things, and is connecting our life and other things. So we see a world in which people will use wearable device, in which our cars will be more and more connected. Our cities will use wireless technology to improve the services to citizens and to people. And probably also, over time, our houses, our home will be connected, and we will have a better use of our electronic apparels and apparatus at home. So today, SuperNet is regarding the mobile. Tomorrow, SuperNet will connect all of these in a seamless way with the best possible quality for our customer. That's the vision we have. That's the vision we have in the evolution of internet. We say that internet has changed the world, and we want to help the people to use it in a good way. So thank you for all what you do every day to make internet a more meaningful and a better thing and a better world. And we hope to contribute to this development and to the development of the society, to the people, with our technology to make life better and better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. I just want to ask you one question. You said we doubled our time on the mobile devices, and I saw e-commerce over there, and it has a large portion of that time we spend on mobile. Is it, I mean, you think it's for buying, actually buying, or for browsing, I don't know, the window shopping style on the mobile phone?
Well, there are two things that are happening. The first thing that I think is regarding now a lot of the smartphone users, and I think what has been measured there is quite clever. The time spent by people checking prices online is actually quite big. So very often you go in an electronic store, or you go, I don't know, in another store, and you want to check what is the price of that product. And this is a large chunk of that time. So not necessarily then people buy online. In many countries this is happening, but in other countries this is not happening. So just people check prices online, but they don't finalize. In other the second thing is that actually what is happening is that we see in certain countries, Amazon and of course eBay and Alibaba, which is a big contributor to that number, is actually using a lot of time of people. So people are getting more and more aware, and it's another way to have access to things that otherwise would not be accessible.
Let's see. A cumpărat cineva de pe mobil până acum, direct de pe mobil, so there is hope. I mean, people actually buying stuff from mobile.
Well, I think that, I don't know, I tell you, how many of you have bought an airline ticket in the last year, non-online?
A ticket for flight?
Yeah, flight ticket, non-online. There is actually a person that
I know.
That did it.
Every time we ask a question, is someone in the room who
It happened. It can happen that you are in an airport and you don't want to buy it.
It's that guy over there, he doesn't have Facebook, you know. So it happens.
I also know a person who doesn't have Facebook.
Oh, well, it was not my intention.
There is always the exception to the rule.
Okay.
So that's, but you know, I think that not only there is hope, I mean, some things are just unbelievable. I think that sometimes we don't think that just, I know, WhatsApp was created 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
I don't use WhatsApp. Is there anybody else out there?
I'm very happy about it, by the way, that whoever is not
welcome to the club.
So I think I'm very happy about it. But sometimes, I mean, this world is going so fast that we don't realize that very, very short time ago, these things were not there. And now some things are like normal, but we don't realize sometimes how short is the time in which this evolution is going. So not only is there is hope, we believe there is a very bright future. And by the way, I have to say, in the short time I've been here, I think Romania is particularly good as a place where people are really developing this world and contributing in a very good way. So we are happy to support Taste of Romania, Zonga, other initiatives, and to invest in this future.
Thank you, Andrea, very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Îl prezint pe un om care a plecat din țară, dar nu a încetat să promoveze România, pe Cătălin Năstăsoi.